Today's our history class. As you know, December is a wicked month that celebrates one of the wickedest pagan holidays of the year, coincided with another wicked celebration, which would be Christmas and New Year's Eve. So we're going to break down the history of the worship of the sun god, which has an amalgamation of different characters throughout history, depending on what culture, ancient cultures and ancient societies that worshipped it, just under a different umbrella or a different name. Also, we'll talk about the Christianizing of this pagan holiday, which commemorates the birth of Christ, which is a false claim by the Catholic Church. As you know, the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, has played a big role in paganizing pretty much all of our American holidays. You know what I mean? And the sad reality of it is that Black and Hispanic people have taken on the culture of their oppressor, and the Lord, as we know, is a jealous God. He's a jealous power. So, idol worship is something that is, let me say this. Idol worship and superstition is something that is prevalent in the Black and Hispanic communities. And so and this is why the history class is important, and it's to be notable throughout the nation of Israel, is that we need to be able to break this down, the history behind these pagan holidays, for the sake of our children. At the end of the day, most Christians claim that they worship one God. Most Christians claim that they're not polytheist, but in actuality, America has a what's the word I want to use? America has a
monotheist?
No, a polytheist rhythm. An idol. Idols are found everywhere in this place, because this place is spiritually Babylon. It's spiritually Egypt. It has the tone of Rome in it, and it's definitely the daughter of Babylon. And I believe the daughter is worse than the father. But yeah, let's dive into it. Before we start, let's get some questions online. I've noticed we haven't had any questions online. Hopefully you guys understand that it's very important to, when you come to any class in the UPK, to have questions and allow us to do our job by wiping the Christianity out of your mind. You know what I mean? But let's give it a minute for any questions, and then we'll do questions in the class. Let me just hop online real quick. Rob, quick question, right? Any way that I could send you my bookmarks?
Yeah, just press share.
I'm talking about as a collective.
When
Instead
you
of
send
individually.
When you send it in the email, when you put it on your email screen,
Yeah,
they select your bookmark listing, because that's a drop screen. Right?
that's correct. All right.
Drag.
Drag it from the
Yeah.
bookmark screen to my email.
To your email. Drag.
Okay. I'll say that for another time. Just for future reference, I want to be able to just send you the bookmarks. I found a really interesting one earlier today. Let's start with that because no questions online?
No questions, sir.
Questions in the class? Freddie, you got any questions before we start?
So basically, how does the king have to do with any of this?
Speak up, sis.
Say it one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I mean, like, how does, like, the Most High have to do with Christmas?
So the question you want to ask is, does the Most High have anything to do with Christmas?
I don't know, maybe.
Is that the question you're asking? Is what I'm...
Yeah.
Okay. Any American holiday that you can think of, the Lord has absolutely nothing to do with it. And so when we have these history classes, it's to show you where these holidays come from, where Valentine's Day comes from, where Thanksgiving comes from, where New Year's, where Christmas, all these American holidays, when they come around, the world stops. You know what I mean? Everyone's frantic around this time of year, where we got to get a Christmas tree, we got to get Christmas lights, we got to get gifts for the kids, we got to do this, we got to shop early. People are running around and jeopardizing their living situation because they're spending their rent money to please their children, or to please their spouses, to please their family. And it's in America, the economic system in America is being fueled by all these holidays. And keep in mind, all these holidays are very well, are more importantly, they're very commercialized. And major corporations make big money off of gift cards, make big money off gift wrappings. They make big money off of, toys, just whatever items consumers buy. The profits triple between the months of November and December. You know what I'm saying? They damn near sell out all their inventory in this season compared to the rest of the year, which would be what, the fourth quarter? This would be considered the fourth quarter. So if you ever look up the numbers that a lot of these companies are producing this time of year, Best Buy, Walmart's, the numbers are staggering. They're pretty high. And the sad part about it is that brothers are being belittled by their women. They're feeling this small right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they might not be able to make Christmas happen this year because they don't have a job, or because of financial difficulties. And their woman, whose God that he worships, and that's usually the case. You usually worship the God that your woman chooses. She is making him feel real small right now. So in his mind, he feels like he has to rob and spoil and steal and do whatever he can to put some gifts under that tree. Or he could potentially get kicked out the house. You know what I'm saying? Or she could potentially realize that this is not the man for me because he can't even buy his kids Christmas gifts. Go ahead.
I get it now because basically Christmas is about making and brainwashing your head to basically steal, rob, and murder. Because
You know, you're right about that. It is a brainwashing system that encourages theft. It encourages murder. It encourages lawlessness to appease to your children or to your woman or to your family. Let me get Rock, if you don't mind. Let me get Proverbs 31 and 11.
You said Proverbs 31 and 11?
Yeah, actually, let me get. Go ahead. Let me not do Proverbs. Let me do. Salaki, let me just get there. Let me get First Esdras 4 and 4. First Esdras chapter 4. You know what I'm looking for? Salaki, let me see if I can find it. It's in First Esdras chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse 22.
Second Esdras.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because what I'm trying to show you is that women play a big role this time of year during holidays, and a lot of and you know, women have a way of putting pressure on a man that a man will be willing to do anything to please that woman, and she has certain techniques that she can use to entice you to do certain things, whether it's nagging, you know what I mean, whether it's, you know, most women nowadays, they treat you like their mother, you know what I'm saying? So they'll take away your allowance if you ain't working. They'll treat you just like their mother, but they have certain techniques that a woman can use to get her man to do things for her. And this time of year, women are pressuring men to go about and make Christmas happen, to make sure that they can get the new PS4 for their children, for their sons, or to get, you know, make sure that he gets that new car for her. And so he got to go and do what he does because women, I want to say, you know, after the Bible, there's nothing more powerful than a woman. And we're going to find out over here how much power women have and how they can get you to worship their God. And keep in mind, Solomon was one of the wisest men in the world. And even then, you know, he succumbed to the witchcraft of women. But go ahead.
So like I said, man, I start at 20.
Yeah, go ahead.
First Esdras, chapter 4, verse 20. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
So a man, once he leaves a man usually leaves his father and his family to go and cleave on to his wife, to go and establish his root and his offsprings, you know what I'm saying? To create his own tree. And so he'll leave his father and mother and he'll cleave onto his wife, and he'll become that woman's new father. Go ahead.
Verse 21, he sticks not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country.
Keep going.
By this also must you know. Slakia. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you.
And in this time of year, during Christmas, women have dominion over you. You know what I mean? A man, outside of the UPK, it would be too weak to stand up to his woman and say, we are not celebrating Christmas. Now, there's situations where you really can't, if your woman, refuses to listen, the last thing you want to do is put your hands on her. But understand that a woman is going to fight it tooth and nail, and she's going to try to establish her authority over you. And women have ways of doing that that surpasses the way a man can have influence on a woman. But go ahead.
Slakia, do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
This is just the nature of a man. Everything a man does, whether he's out, on business ventures, whether he's chasing the bag, everything he does is because of what?
Bring all to the woman?
It's to bring it all to the woman. You know what I'm saying? That's why we ride nice cars. That's why, we like to flex and, wear nice clothes. Because we know women like nice cars. We know women like nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? We do things, men are simple. We do things to appease to a woman. That's why we do it. But go ahead.
Yeah, a man taketh his sword.
And here's the problem. During this time of year, a man is going to grab his sword. He's going to grab the burner. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to do what? Keep reading.
And goeth his way to rob and to steal.
And he's going to go and rob and steal. Because that woman told him that he is good for nothing. And if he doesn't get these children some gifts this year, you might as well not come home. You might as well sleep on the couch. Now that's a lot of pressure for a man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And counting down, let's say she breaks this news off December 1st, you got 24 days to get the bag and get what she needs and get what those kids need, and you don't got a job. And you smoked. You smoked all your money. All that weed money went out the window.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just paid rent on the 1st. You know what I mean? You're down to nothing. Now you got 24 days to get this bag. Now, with enough pressure, what do you think is going to happen?
Gonna fold.
You're going to fold. I think a lot of brothers are in prison today. With enough pressure, they ended up folding. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, that's the beautiful thing about the UPK right there. UPK teaches us to stand up against that type of pressure.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? We stand up against that pressure so we won't be out there risking our freedom and our sanity for a woman that does not appreciate what we're doing.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? For children who don't appreciate what we're doing.
Con.
So we get to stand up against that, and we don't have to rob and steal just to please a woman.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Most High in Christ. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
I was trying to say,
Speak up.
are we on the same page? Like, what page are we on? I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, we're talking about what men are willing to do during this time of year, in regards to Christmas.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So, if like a woman says that you only have a week to get Christmas toys and you have to get 5 toys for the kids, and you basically have 3 kids and a wife, you're thinking the wrong thing, because some of them that are not in the ISUPK would basically go to people's houses and steal, murder, and do whatever they do.
You're absolutely right. And they're doing it for the worst. Really, if you really want to know the underlying reason, is they're doing it for the worship of her God. Because your woman chooses your God. You know what I mean? If your woman, if you were to line up all the Israelite groups and the Christian church and the Muslim mosque, and you were to line up all these groups, right? And you presented it to your woman, like, I'm gonna be a part of one of these groups. If you showed her the UPK, what do you think your woman's gonna say?
No, not that one.
She gonna say no, 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 not these guys. Now, if you showed them GOCC, what do you think she's gonna say?
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful. That white is beautiful. That's some fine linen right there. What if you showed her IUIC? What do you think she's gonna say?
Oh, I'm the only
Oh, I
one.
love them gay colors. I love that purple. You know what I mean? And good night. If you showed her every Christian church, which is her God, you know what I mean? Which is where she worships her God. Oh yeah, you're in the money. But keep reading, and you're absolutely right about that. But go ahead.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, if a woman sees all black in the ICFK, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, what are you in? That is crazy. You should be in the Christian church right now. You need some help, sweetheart.
You need Jesus.
You need Jesus."
Yes. You need
And then,
Jesus.
and then basically what my mom would do is just shake her head back and forth going crazy around the house. And I'm over here like,
Oh man, don't air out your mama like that.
she needs
But
to know. No.
let's move on. Keep reading that verse real quick.
A man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal,
Go ahead.
to sail upon the sea and upon the rivers.
That brother's gonna sail upon the 7 seas to make sure
Pirate.
that he gonna be a pirate on the earth to get them gifts, right?
Oh, I got a
But
donut.
yeah, let's.
Like I said, one more. One more.
I know.
This is one of my
Go
favorites.
ahead.
And looketh upon a lion.
And for this wicked woman, this bitch in the house, he's willing to look in the face of a lion. You know what I mean? That's how far he's willing to go. That's how far a woman can make you go. Is to be face to face with a lion. Go ahead.
And goeth his way to rob and to steal. Salakia. And goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Imagine a man, right, that's trying to bring gifts to his love, bring a gift to his wife. Imagine this man going to a den full of lions, and it's dark, and he knows that there's treasure in there. That's how far a man is willing to go to please some hoe that he calls a wife in the house. That's how far he's willing to go. But go ahead.
Can I go further?
Yeah, you could if you want.
What
Yeah.
is sir? Wherefore a man loveth his wife rather than father and mother.
That's how much a man loves his woman. He's willing to kill for that woman. Go ask Pablo in the prison system
Okay.
why he's in there. He gonna tell you they looked at Maria. You know what I mean? They had to kill everybody. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Miguel gonna kill everyone for Maria. He ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Listen. And it could be, for some men it could be real sadistic too. What am I mean by the sadistic?
I might know what that means.
What does it mean, Frank?
I know that word. Okay, I forgot.
Sadistic is like someone that starts to acquire like pleasure in harming people. You know what I mean?
That's what it means.
You start to become sadistic for women. You know what I'm saying? Most brothers out here, let me tell you something. Most brothers that are stick-up kids, they start to become sadistic for the sake of money and for lucre's sake, for the sake of pleasing women, driving nice cars. Now I gotta rob this brother. I gotta kill this brother. You know what I'm saying? What's the proper word I want to use? Covetousness is the word I want to use. And you begin to covet thy neighbor during this time of year. This is another thing that's very dangerous because imagine, right? You living in the projects, right? And some brother is coming home, got a big, real Christmas tree wrapped on top of his crib, right? On top of his car, pulling up in his big crib, right? Driving a nice car, and you looking at him like Christmas is gonna be good for him. And then you go into your raggedy house, you've had that same Charlie Brown Christmas tree sitting in the corner, about 2 feet tall, you know, not even a foot tall. You know what I mean? You got the same, you know what I'm saying? You got one little candle right there. You're going to look at another brother, you're going to start to covet that brother. And at the end of the day, your covetousness is in vain. You know what I mean? You can get gifts any time of the year, but you're pressured this time of the year to get gifts on the 25th and to put it under some goddamn trees. I hope anyone that puts a Christmas tree in their house gets plagued with bed bugs and Lyme disease, whatever, man. Just to teach you a lesson that you shouldn't worship a God. You shouldn't worship gods that your forefathers have not known. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get out of there. No, we're gonna have to go past this. I know.
You talk too much.
Yeah, read the last one.
Yeah.
The last two.
Last two. Kind out of one kind. Yeah, many there to flock it. Yeah, many there that have run out of their wits for women.
Let me tell you something. Many brothers have lost their mind because of women. You know what I'm saying? Many brothers have lost their mind because of women. Go ahead.
And become servants for their sake.
And that's the key. During this time of year, you have become your woman's servants. Likewise, during Thanksgiving, you've become your mama's servant. You know what I'm saying? Who puts more pressure on you on Thanksgiving? Your family. Your mama. You don't, especially your mama. You become your mama's servant. But in relation to Christmas, men become servants to their woman, and they better deliver the order that they've been commanded to do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
And that's what's going to happen. Let me tell you something. Many brothers have died trying to get Christmas gifts because they want to please their woman, or because they're afraid to get kicked out the house. Many brothers have been locked up and thrown in prison because of this holiday. And so what's notable about these history classes, is that we truly break down all the myths and all the and the true meanings behind all this, the hidden history behind all this. And at the end of the day, a lot of this is common knowledge. You can go on your Google machine and pull a lot of this stuff up. But there's two that we're going to start off with. The two most notable pagan holidays. Let's start off with Saturnalia. Let's get that.
Come on, not now.
One night now? And one night?
Yeah, one night now.
Oh, snap.
Night, night,